tan, taran, tan, tan. Pessoal, bem-vindos ao canal Tarot Gameplay e hoje, novamente, continuando a série de Game of Thrones Telltale Series. E vamos continuar onde a gente parou, né, continuar a nossa linda história aqui. Vamos jogar agora com a menina Sonsa, eu acho. Lembrando que os loads vou cortar alguns. Sua irmã pode ajudar nós. A gente parou mais nesse sentido, caminhando. Ela vai pedir a favor para poder manter os Boltons afastados, né? Eu baixei jogos novos, comprei jogos novos e vou trazer para o nosso canal em breve, né? Jogos de estratégias, antigão na verdade. Acho que teve uma remasterização dele, é um jogo que eu gostava de jogar bastante quando era... Fez parte da minha infância, que é chamado de Faraó e Cleópatra. Vamos continuar aqui o jogo aqui.
Father, much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Marjorie has proven to be quite popular throughout the city.
Ok, Marjorie vai se casar.
Although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances.
Tá bom.
I miss all of
Acabou?
you, and I look forward to the day you
Pode
can.
avançar, por favor? Ok. É o amigo Pedro que pediu para falar como conectar conta no jogo do bronze. Eu descobri algumas coisas, tá? Não sei se tem como, não sei se tem como conectar, porque como é da Steam, então onde eu vi, conecta direto da Steam, já conecta direto. E tiver alguns amigos que joguem o jogo, dá pra jogar com você. É o que eu entendi pelo Peter, mas vou fazer um vídeo, tá sendo feito. Tô gravando já, tentando achar as formas para poder explicar de forma correta. E vai aparecer para você, viu, Pedro? E obrigado a todos os inscritos novos que estão no canal. Sejam todos muito bem-vindos. Vamos todos ter uma incrível experiências que teremos por aqui. Eu tirei a música de fundo porque, né? Não quero correr riscos. Uma mensagem da mamãe? Acho que aqui eu tinha que vir. Toma água.
It troubles me to even ask this of you. But you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Mas na verdade, eu vou tentar vou ver se tem a opção de não oferecer essa ajuda à família. Porque... eu já joguei outras vezes e não adianta muita coisa não.
Oh,
que eu vi.
Sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
Deixa ele entrar, vai.
Fine. Come in.
Begging your pardon, milady, but you all right?
Desculpe, minha lady, mas você está bem?
Don't mind my asking. You seem rather upset.
I'm fine, thank you.
Estou bem, muito obrigado. Claro. Eu acho que devemos evitar, né?
Of course, milady.
Acho que devemos evitar falar o que está acontecendo com pessoas estranhas, desconhecidas.
You work for Lady Marjorie?
Ainda mais no regime de Game of Thrones, quanto mais confiável parece uma pessoa, menos você deve confiar, não é?
Perhaps you should come back later.
Of course, milady.
Desculpa-me, eu não quis ser rude com você, mas é questões familiares, melhor não tocar com pessoas estranhas, né? Ela tá toda preocupada. A Lady Margaret entrou.
Lady Marjorie, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk. Come, there's something we must discuss.
Tem uma coisa que devemos discutir. O que devemos discutir?
From the day you arrived in Highgarden,
tá,
I thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining.
Você é muito gentil.
And your poor family as well.
You're very kind, my lady.
Of course, Mira, but you must not despair. We will get through this together.
Nós vamos superar isso
You must
juntos.
understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my
Não sei se vocês estão
service,
escutando, mas
and
tá
she
passando
painted you a traitor.
trem de fundo aqui em casa.
She was very pleased with herself. Her face was full of mirth as she said it.
How did you respond?
Como você
I
respondeu
told
ela?
her you are one of my most trusted handmaidens, that you can hardly be
A
blamed for the
lady-
actions of your father and brother. Nonetheless, she demands an audience.
Ela
She
também não
wants an
tem-
apology of some sort, for what I don't know,
Desculpas,
but
ok.
she's waiting for us now, and
Tá
I
esperando
promised I would
você.
bring you to her.
Ok.
I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with Cersei with the wedding so near.
I'll do as you ask, my lady.
I knew I could trust you.
Enfim.
Humor her.
Acho que
Tell
manter
her
leal
what
a
she
ela é
wants
uma
to
forma
hear.
de ter aliados pra poder combater, não é?
See if
Porque
the Queen
pensa,
Regent
se eu
is ready to receive us.
fazer. Se eu for peitar todo mundo, ainda mais no Game of Thrones, se for ser um cara que vai peitar todo mundo, eu vou acabar com minha cabeça numa estaca. É óbvio. Né? Acho que eles estão se olhando, não sei porquê. Entrem logo, por favor.
You'll be fine. I know
Você vai
you
ficar
will.
bem, eu sei que você vai
You
ficar
may
bem.
feel one thing, but you must say another.
Ela vai dizer uma. Você pode querer dizer alguma coisa, mas vai querer tem que dizer outra. É famoso, às vezes, blefe, né? Às vezes ser um pouco sábio e blefar algumas horas você tem que das suas respostas. Ao invés de dar a resposta que seu adversário, que a pessoa queira, você dá um blefe, você finge dar a resposta que ele quer, mas responde de uma outra forma. O nosso querido anãozinho ali, o Tyrion, a Cersei, personagens ícones. Ah, eu ando agora? Ó, vou andar. Tem alguns soldados, não sei se é soldados, mas soldados, né? Guardas.
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission, allow
Com sua
me to
permissão,
introduce Lady
permite
Mira
introduzir
of
a Lady
House
Mira
Forrester.
da Casa de Forresters. Kneel before her.
Your Grace.
The girl knows her courtesies. Impressive. You may rise.
Vamos
House
tentar
Forrester
manter
is a northern
bem
house loyal to the king.
pacífico possível.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
Joffrey is the one true king, Your Grace.
And yet... For centuries, the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark. A house of traitors.
Ela vai tentar desafiar. Eu vou ter que
Yes,
concordar.
Your Grace. They are traitors.
The Starks were your liege lord, yet you name them traitors so easily.
Ó,
I take it this is the kind of loyalty the king can expect from you. If you have any loyalty at all. Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Roose Bolton also served the Starks, Your Grace.
And proved his loyalty to the crown by bringing their house to a swift and sudden end. Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances.
ele tá falando que alianças são feitas, mas podem ser desfeitas de acordos, né? Falou que Joffrey vai ter novo rei, tem que ter novas...
But I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forrester Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Yes, Your Grace.
It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock.
Ixi.
It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
I won't dishonor myself, Your Grace.
I see.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
I won't judge her, Your Grace. I wasn't there. I didn't face her decisions.
Aren't you a delightful girl? If only one could flit through life without ever holding an opinion of their own.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Tá. Ela tá tentando atacar eu tô tentando me defender pra não pegar, não acabar nessas coisas, né? Tô tentando não falar durante as conversas pra vocês poderem prestar um pouco de atenção, não sei se vocês sabem ou não.
Pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure she
Let
would...
the girl answer the question. Go on.
My loyalties would never conflict, Your Grace.
That's a coward's answer. I will not have my time wasted by a northern girl who thinks she can play games. Who do you choose?
Ai, mamãe mandou escolher esse aqui, construímos coisas aqui, abacaxi não faz xixi na cueca do Didi. É essa
I
aqui.
must choose Marjorie, Your Grace.
Clearly your handmaiden does not have her priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
O tiro tá tirando sarro dela, pensando que essa menina é a mais perigosa de todos os King's Lands. É a serviçal mais... É a mais perigosa de todas.
I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
É, eu não sei se eu fiz bem, se eu fiz mal.
I'll walk you out. This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then, he didn't
Conversa
trust
que ele
Roose Bolton.
viu, ele não confiava no Roose Bolton,
We only
tá
spoke briefly,
falando.
but your father struck me as an honorable man.
Falando que o pai dela era um homem
You have my
honrado.
condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family,
vou só
even under the best of
agradecer.
circumstances.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
Isso é muito gentil de
You
dizer
were
pra mim,
brave
porque ela
to
tá
declare
falando
your
pelos
loyalty
elogios
to
pra
Lady Marjorie. No doubt she was pleased, but Cersei, she will not soon forget what you said. It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining. But it certainly wasn't what Cersei was expecting.
I did it for Lady Marjorie.
As you should. And of course she has your best interests at heart. My sister and I have our differences.
Essas
She
diferenças,
takes
ele é
great
mais
pleasure in her little charades. I
persuasivo,
take
a
mine
outra
in
ela é mais
thwarting them.
agressiva.
We must find
Né?
our amusements where we can.
Se você não entende muito inglês, você pode ficar um pouquinho perdido, porque tá falando muito a questão das histórias da Game of Thrones. Desculpe se eu estou cortando um pouco o que estão falando, tá?
Boats need wood, and I speak for the crown in this regard, not her.
I wouldn't want to anger Cersei.
And you'd be wise not to. But
Ela falou que não quer
I suppose the crown
distanciar ela, mas
could
também
be
não seria, né?
persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house.
É. Está tentando
Are you
descobrir uma
willing to
forma
risk
de
that?
conseguir sem ser muito...
It may be far too dangerous. In fact, forget I even suggested such a thing.
I'm sorry, Lord Tyrion, but it's a risk I cannot afford.
I admire your discretion. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3
Acho que
beautiful
ele já
bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
Thank you for the advice, Lord Tyrion.
Just
Do
be
Norte uma
careful.
decisão.
This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Do Norte tomar decisão e ficar falando um monte de coisa, e eu... Às vezes eu acabo me perdendo, não sei o que estão falando. Aí eu fico sem saber o que estão falando. Porque eu me perco de falar e falar junto com coisa, né? Então... Agora vai entrar a outra, que ela já... Essa parece ser a fofoqueira. É a amiga fofoqueira dela, né? Que quer falar papapá. Prefiro não conversar.
Not discuss it, if you don't mind.
Of course not. It must have been horrible. But at least it's over now.
Vamos continuar nossa jornada aqui.
Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back. Here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons.
Pelo menos Game of Thrones é muito é história, tá? Vocês vão ver muito disso. Tá, perdão se eu tô falando durante.
It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour.
Put it back.
Põe de volta, não podemos entrar em... Não é que nós entrar em diversão, mas nós não podemos entrar em confusão. Já não basta a confusão que nossa família se meteu, né? Então pra que entrar em mais conflitos?
Although marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like.
Ela quer casar com um rei, não sei o que, sei que lá.
If it meant you'd become queen. He does have a certain look about him, and he's always treated Lady Marjorie well, which is more than you can say for his mother.
Não com
I'd be
Joffrey.
willing to marry, but not Joffrey.
Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as Queen of the Seven Kingdoms.
Você não conhece a figura, cara. Você não conhece a figura que você estaria se metendo.
Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match. Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing? Well? Sarah?
We're both sorry, my lady.
This is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move.
É.
Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was rather disappointed by your display, Mira.
É, eu sei.
I'm just glad it's over. King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes.
É muita política no King's Landing, né? Então é pura política que acontece. Um vai ter que acessar isso aqui, casar com aquele ali, vai vir aqui, vai ter que conseguir isso aqui ali, a rainha aqui lá, acontece.
Do you agree?
It doesn't matter what you feel. It only matters what you say.
You learn very quickly. Your words to Cersei were brave, but I know you must fear what the Boltons might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important.
Eu não vou pedir ajuda, cara.
My
Vou
mother wanted
manter
me to ask
leal
a
às
favor
coisas.
of you, for my family. But as you said, you're in a delicate position now with the wedding so near. And I would never want to jeopardize that.
Soon I
quero
will be
trazer
queen.
isso.
And maybe then I'll be in a better position to help you. But for now,
Now we must both be cautious.
Of course, my lady. You're right. Better to wait.
Eu vou tentar manter muito aliada a ela, porque ela pode me ajudar muito depois, mais pra frente. Sem eu tentar ficar entregando minha família, essas coisas assim. Entregando a família foi difícil de falar assim, mas sim dar razões para as coisas da confusão, essas coisas assim, né? Acho que eu estou jogando perto do final do episódio 1 e vou começar o episódio 2 logo mais. Seven Hells, 7 Infernos. Corre, filho, vai, aproveita sem perder tempo. Não perde tempo não, senão você vai se ferrar aí. Ixi, o que tá acontecendo ali?
Let's play a little game, shall we? Did you know my ancestors wore the skins of their enemies as a coat?
Não, nem olha, cara, nem olha, não olha.
Not my best.
Não vou olhar o que tá acontecendo ali, que não quero que ninguém descubra que eu tô aqui não.
Fallen out of practice. But he didn't make it easy. What with all that bloody
Às vezes a gente tem que
noise.
evitar olhar do que tomar, do que correr riscos, né? É só não olhar, cara, tá tranquilo. E também não quero olhar o que tá fazendo ali, né? Porque talvez não seja bom pro YouTube ver o que está acontecendo ali. Não sei o que eles estão conversando, não quero saber. Ele quer tentar arranjar informações, eu acho, dele.
To these foresters.
A day, my lord. 2 at most.
What was that?
My lord?
Shh. Listen. There. Hear that? I know I heard something.
Tem que manter parado sem mexer. Se eu corresse, ele ia prestar
Never
atenção.
mind. We've wasted enough time already.
Então acho que o certo era se ele ficar paradinho pra não ter perigos, né? Senão o cara ia pegar eu e ia ferrar de vez. O Lord Burton está marchando pra Terra dos Foresters, onde era desse encrenqueiro que fez aí. Encrenqueiro, digo eu. Cara, eu não sei porque você vai olhar aí. Corre, cara, não tá na tua marcha, não tem nada. Então vai, já você quer olhar, você olha, cara. Quer dizer o que? Ele quer ser curioso, né? Às vezes eu penso, pra que fazer isso? Esperar tudo isso. Você pode simplesmente correr. Matou a curiosidade, garoto? O que está acontecendo aqui?
Lord Ethan,
O Lord Ethan.
as I was saying, you are young. And there are those within these walls who are uncertain of your leadership.
É claro, é que como ele é criança, tem muitas pessoas que estão duvidando da liderança dele, né? 3 gerações, vai falar um monte de coisa, existe um monte de gerações por trás de você, não sei o que lá, sei o que lá.
Who founded our house, and your grandfather, Lord Thorin the Bold, who seized back the river valley from the White Hills.
What did they call my father?
Lord Gregor the
Eu acho que
Good.
dá pra fazer um episódio por 2 vídeos. Vou manter nesse sentido.
He was fair and wise, and courageous in battle.
Eu não quero ser igual a ele.
Like my father.
Your father was well regarded by nearly everyone, but took years, if not decades, to earn. These were your father's people to lead and protect, and now they're yours.
Tá. Agora você vai proteger seu pai ter protegado.
He and every Forester Lord before him chose one man whom they trusted above all others, the Lord Sentinel. Forester traditions demand that a new Lord Sentinel must be chosen.
Keep walking, you craven son of a whore. Move.
Ele é muito
Summon the Lord. We need his judgment.
duro nas coisas, né?
I've done nothing wrong. I was only trying to survive.
Lord Ethan. Maester.
You spoke of judgment, Sir Royland. What judgment is that?
This craven is a deserter and a thief.
This house is doomed. We all fucking know it.
Quiet, thief. Eric was supposed to be guarding our weapons, but instead we caught him stealing them.
2 shields and 3 spears.
You stole from us?
I feared for my life. Yes, my lord. I fled. We should all flee.
É, ele não merece morrer, mas ele também não merece ser livre, porque senão ele vai espalhar pânico. Ele tem que pagar um preço por roubar, por dar esse pânico, mas não significa necessariamente a morte.
A share of bread and wine grows smaller every day.
Eu entendo porque tá batendo nele, para poder ficar quieto e não ficar explorando tudo isso.
But they're honest. This house is falling. We'll never survive the coming winter. Most of us won't even live to see it.
Then you admit to the crime, in front of all gathered here.
I am only what this house made me. You cannot expect a man to live on loyalty alone.
You'll address him as Lord. Lord Ethan, you must decide the punishment. Lord Gregor always took a thief's fingers. 3 of them.
Now may not be the time for harsh punishment. The men are on edge as it is.
Men need to know they cannot do whatever the fuck they please. Their lord will not permit it.
We can send him to the wall.
É, mandar pra lá, pra muralha pode ser uma boa. Mandar ele pra muralha pode ser uma boa. Matar não pode ser uma boa, não.
Punish me. You'll be punishing an innocent man. It will be an injustice, my lord.
Não, não é inocente porque você roubou, né, filho?
My lord, my family depends on me.
Eu vou mandar você pra muralha, que aí pode ser uma ajuda pro nosso amigo que está na muralha.
No, please, my lord. My family, without me, they'll die.
Eu pensei assim, ele pode ser uma ajuda a alguém que está lá. Decisões são difíceis de serem tomadas, né? Ainda mais...
That was certainly unpleasant, but a lord must mete out punishment when it's due.
Not just yourself, of course.
It's a lord's duty, so I did it.
É o dever de um lord, então eu fiz, né?
You heard what the thief said. I expect this sort of thing will happen again. But a sentinel can help you in the face of disloyalty. You need someone you can trust by your side. Someone you can rely on, no matter the circumstance. Possessing wisdom and experience.
But Maester, that is what the small council is for.
My lord, you of all people should know that too many voices muddy the message. That is why there is one lord above all. And so there must be one advisor above the rest.
Não quero escolher ele, ele está muito falatório. Eu escolheria ele aqui que seria o mais racional. Ele é guerreiro e mais racional.
How do I decide between them?
Talk to them. Solicit the opinion of people close to you.
Eu vou escolher o cara ali que eu gosto daquele. Eu gostei daquele mais ali do que do outro que é mais durão, tudo.
The badge of office. Tonight is your first small council meeting.
Ou eu posso pegar alguém que é mais parrudão nesse
sentido, to show that you are decisive and in control of this house. Your sentinel will wear this for all to see.
Eu vou fazer a escolha correta.
Come speak with me when you're ready to convene the small council, my lord.
Ou posso escolher ele, que eu nunca escolhi ele como conselheiro. Será coisas boas ou ruins? Não sei. Mas ele é mais sensato aquele ali do que o outro, né? Às vezes a gente tem que ser um pouco mais sensato Dá pra escolher o outro? Dá pra escolher o My Mystery? Não dá, acho. Então vou escolher ele mesmo, esse aqui mesmo, então, e já acabou. E a hora que todo mundo vai ficar olhando, vai querer, eu quero, todo mundo vai querer ser, né, isso aí. Então todo mundo vai querer parecer mais.
And face a difficult decision.
Perhaps I can help. Your father often sought my counsel.
As Lord, I must name a sentinel.
Of course. And if I may ask, who do you favor for the role? Perhaps I can share my insight. And talking can sometimes help you make a decision.
Would you want to be the sentinel?
More than you can imagine, my lord. With all due respect for Sir Royland, there's no one better suited to the role than me.
Thank you, Duncan. I appreciate your advice.
I'm at your service, my lord.
Eu vou escolher você, tá? Nem vou escolher o outro, não sei o que vai virar depois.
Duncan,
não sei o que vai dar essa decisão, mas eu vou nomear você como minha sentinela.
Congratulations.
Why, thank you, my lord. I'm honored. But are you sure?
Sim, tem, né? Nunca tem, mas tem. Mas na hora a gente tem que mais ver se nosso homem
Then I accept. But first you must summon the small council, my lord, to make it official.
Right. I'll tell Maester Ortengrin to do it at once.
Eu escolheria no próximo, se eu jogasse no próximo, eu escolheria ele, mas... o que tem aqui? Tem a cachada e a comida. Todo mundo fica chateado quando não é escolhido para ser o mestre, não sei o que, sei que lá. Mas cadê esse Mister, mano? Eu tô atrás dele e não acho.
Slash and parry again.
Acho que eu dei a volta e não fiz nada. Ah, tá aqui. Tá lá. Vai lá conversar com ele, garoto. Podia ter escolhido o Maester. É que eu não achei ele na hora.
Maester?
Yes, Lord Ethan. Are you prepared to name your sentinel?
Yes,
I am. Maester. I'm ready.
Sim, estou pronto.
Very well. I will convene the small council at once.
E agora vamos... Podia ter escolhido esse Maester, mano. Seria melhor. Bom, agora vamos nomear os Maesters, que vai ter agora reunião com o nosso... com o Lord Bolton, se não é agora, no próximo episódio.
You may sit.
Vocês podem se
sentar. I believe Lord Ethan has reached his decision.
Before I name my sentinel, I must tell you. Duncan, Royland, this house needs you both.
But you can only choose one, my lord.
Let him be on with it.
Many thought either of you would make a fine sentinel, but I have made my decision.
Esto. Não dá pra pegar o Maester? Que pena.
Duncan Tuttle, então. You will be my sentinel.
Tuttle? This is reckless.
Lord Ethan has made his choice.
Todo mundo vai se lembrar logo que fez isso, né?
You, my lord.
Now, Sentinel, what do you have to report of Ramsay Snow?
Our scout says only a day's ride from here, with no time to waste.
Who knows what he's capable of? We need to prepare for the worst.
There's no need to panic. We can devise a plan to deal with him.
The Boltons need our people to harvest the ironwood. Even the bastard Ramsay must understand that.
He's not coming here to negotiate. We must answer with the sword.
That's bloody suicide. You'd gamble with the lives of everyone within these walls. Ignore Sir Royland. You named me Sentinel. I knew this would happen. He cannot be trusted.
This is the bloody small council.
Enough! Would my father have stood for this kind of bickering? Neither will I.
E assim, vocês vão ficar discutindo? Meu pai tolerava
Sir
isso? Não,
Royland
eu
is
também não
clearly
irei.
able and ready to take up arms, but the rest of our soldiers are not. We need to take a cunning approach. Diplomacy can be a sharper instrument than a sword.
The Bolton sigil is a flayed man. Force is the only thing they understand.
Gentlemen, please.
Eu concordo, gente.
We all must agree on the plan. We cannot leave until we have a consensus.
Ugh.
Why not make an offering for peace, my lord?
Yeah, the wisdom of the Citadel.
We can give the Boltons ironwood in exchange for their protection.
You must be mad. It's pure folly to just give away the only currency we have to bargain with.
Enough.
Vamos barganhar.
Maester
Gostei
Ortengrin has swayed me. We will offer the Boltons a share of the ironwood, and we will promise our people to harvest it, thus securing their safety.
As Sentinel and Castellan, I must warn against this. You may do this for some gain now, but in the end, it will starve this house.
If we don't, there may be no House Forrester at all.
If you aren't ready for a fight, you're bound to lose when one breaks out.
Ethan has made his opinion known, and you will respect his decision.
Praticamente falou, fiquem quietos, respeita a opinião
Forgive us, my
do
lord.
Lorde.
We are, of course, here to serve you, as we served your father.
Aye.
Well then, let's decide how we shall set the stage for Ramsay's arrival.
We could offer him the ironwood in the courtyard.
My lord, making this kind of offer outright may simply embolden Ramsay. There could be trouble, and all the house will be there to see it. Meet him in the hall. It will be more private, and he will not have an audience to play against you.
Lord Ethan?
Eu acho que no privado...
I will meet him in the Great Hall.
A wise move, my lord.
It's careless. Can't you see Tuttle is steering you wrong?
That's enough, Royland. Lord Ethan has given his command.
How many years have I served this house? I cannot listen to that bloody idiot anymore. Forgive me, my lord, but you are not ready to be lord of this house.
Ah, ninguém
You're
estará
likely
pronto
to
para
get us
nascer.
all killed.
Sit down at once.
Eu não falo nem sai fora, nem
Apologies,
coisa.
my son. But now that it is settled, we know what we must do. You will meet Ramsay Snow in the Great Hall.
And we will offer the ironwood, providing a safe future for this house.
And don't worry, Lord Ethan. I will stand beside you, where your sentinel belongs.
Then perhaps we should adjourn. We have to prepare the
Ok.
house.
Vamos todos preparar. Eu preferi barganhar, que eu na verdade nunca tentei essa alternativa. Mas pode ser diferente assim, de conseguir
My lord,
render.
you have named your sentinel, but you still seem conflicted. And no matter what, you can't be indecisive. Not if you want to help this house. Forgive me.
Eu acho que é o seguinte, ainda meu sentinela vai ter que apoiar e estar junto com o mestre. Todo mundo vai questionar minha liderança, porque primeiro que eu sou criança no jogo, e porque é um novo líder. Então todo novo líder que é novo é questionado, e será questionado.
You want to bring him back?
He's a skilled fighter. But what's more, he has the will to fight. A hunger for it. He always protected you and your sister. And we need all the help we can get.
Eu escutei
Yes,
o que você quer
I
dizer.
hear what you're saying.
Do you remember the miller's boy? How he tormented you? I wanted to intervene, but your father said Ethan must fight his own battles.
É.
But when Asher saw it, he didn't take a breath. He grabbed the miller's boy by the neck. That was his first instinct. Asher knocked out half the poor boy's teeth. Of course, your father was furious, but you were in danger and there was nothing else Asher needed to know. Asher does not hesitate. He acts, and we need that. You have many fine qualities. But you do not have that anger inside you. It's something we could use.
Asher is dangerous and unpredictable. His presence could help or hurt.
Having another sword at your side always helps, especially now.
Uhum. Concordo também.
I'm trying to do what's best for this family. What this family needs.
Mas
Ethan,
não é a questão dele
let me
pensar
send
agora
Malcolm
o
to
que é melhor
Essos.
pra família, por mais que ele seja novo. Mas manda o cara pra
Fine.
Essos, vai.
Malcolm will go to Essos and bring Asher back.
Mas vamos ter o cara aqui junto e vamos.
Thank you, Ethan. I'm
Vamos ter
glad
uma
you
espada a
will let me
mais,
do
né?
this. Know that you never stand alone. You are a Forester. Mira stands with us, and she may be able to help us yet.
Mira vai demorar um pouquinho pra ajudar, né? Pelo que as ações que eu tomei. Caramba, não terminou ainda esse episódio?
Milady.
Milady.
You?
Você?
Begging your pardon, milady.
Eu posso conversar agora. Ah, eu...
Sorry, I can't talk now.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to disturb you.
Fala, tem que falar logo.
I can help you if you'd like. And your family, if you're willing to trust me. I hear all sorts of things. Things that could be useful for you.
How can I trust you? There are spies everywhere in King's Landing.
Which is why you must trust me, milady. You need allies.
I'm sorry. I really must go.
Please don't despair. I know people who... People who'd be willing to help you.
Vamos nós. É. Vamos lá, filha. Vamos avançar. Vamos continuar essa história, essa jornada. Com a Lady Mira. O guarda real. Andando. Acabou o episódio 1?
Where's Sir Royland?
Acho que vai acabar.
He should be here. The man values pride more than honor. We'll do without him. And without King's Landing. I know you'd hoped Mira could help us, but I'm confident we've enough strength of our own. Your men stand ready to act if needed.
Nós vamos
Our plan is a
permanecer,
good
cara.
one. It will work so long as everyone does their part.
E demonstrar confiança acho que ajuda.
Isn't this a lovely pile of timber? Not the place I'd want to be if there was a fire.
Ironwood is near impervious to flame, my lord.
Is it?
May I introduce Lord Ramsay of House Bolton, son of Roose Bolton. Although a bastard, Lord Ramsay has the full authority of the Warden of the...
Ok.
That's enough. Who is this little boy? Is he lost?
Lord Ramsay, welcome to Ironrath.
Aren't you the little lord? Lord Whitehall told me you were young, but this... Look at you.
É, né?
A token for the new Warden of the North.
Let me guess. Forester Ironwood.
Carved by our most skilled craftsmen.
Ironwood. Doesn't look like much. Don't know what's so special about it.
What do you think?
Not bad. Lord Whitehill, can your lot do this?
Given enough time, we could learn...
Given enough time, you could do a great many things. But not this, apparently. It seems the Foresters have a talent for something after all.
Lord Ramsay, we have another gift we'd like to offer your father. There are several ironwood groves along the borders of our land, all producing tall, strong trees. We'd like to give your father 2 of these groves in tribute.
Give him? He is your warden. What's yours is already his.
Look at that. More Foresters.
Lord Ramsay?
Come out where I can see you.
We really must focus on the business at hand.
Lord Ramsay, I understand you've come here for assurance of our fealty.
Fuck fealty. We came here for justice.
We'll get to your justice. First, let's see you bend the knee to my father, Lord Bolton, Warden of the North. Words are wind. Anyone can say they're loyal.
My lord.
Ha! That wasn't so hard now, was it?
Às vezes é melhor do que...
I don't care about your loyalty. And I care even less about a bunch of trees on some far-off hill. The Crown, however, wants what you've got. Whatever you've been supplying the Starks for centuries. Ships, shields, chamber pots. I expect you'll do the same for us. My father has promised as much to the king. You wouldn't want to make him a liar, would you? That wouldn't reflect well on me.
No, Lord Ramsay.
That's a good little lord.
You can't trust a Forester. They murdered our men.
It was a Forester squire who did it. One Whitehill soldier dead. One Bolton. Yet your man lived. Our men are dead. Yours lived. Then you welcomed me into your hall like a proper lord, hoping I wouldn't linger outside long enough to notice your pathetic little army. That sort of insolence from one of our loyal bannermen will not do. So I've come up with a solution that will benefit everyone. The Whitehills will be taking control of your ironwood from this day forward.
What? What? The ironwood? But...
That is our livelihood.
Then you'd better well find another fucking job.
You can't do that.
Why not? You know something the Whitehills don't? We are talking about trees. You grow them, you cut them down. It can't be that difficult.
We have loyal craftsmen who make the finest weapons. The Whitehills have no such craftsmen. Do you want ironwood for the next 5 years, or the next 50 generations?
The little lord does have a point. We'll try this. Lord Whitehill will take half of your ironwood, and we'll see who fares better.
But my lord...
Half of something is better than the nothing you had before. To ensure there's no trouble, Lord Whitehill will install a garrison of 20 men within your walls.
At Ironrath? That we cannot abide. Ethan.
They'll help maintain the king's peace. And make sure there's no more trouble.
This will cause more trouble, not less.
Not for me. You have a man you trust?
My son, Griff.
Griff will lead the garrison.
You have no right. Whitehills have no place here.
Lads, do make this visit worthwhile.
Please, Duncan, don't.
Look at this, little Forester. You're not frightened, are you?
Lord Ramsay, please.
And you? Are you Lord Ethan's older sister?
I'm his twin, my lord.
Ah, twins. Well, like the Queen and her brother. Well, hopefully not just like the Queen and her brother. I never had a sister. Always wanted one.
We have more to discuss, Lord Snow.
I have an idea. You'll come with me. You can be my highborn ward.
Lord Ramsay, that's enough.
Do you like hunting?
Let her go.
She's quite pretty, your sister. We'd get along well.
My lord, if you want a hostage, take me.
I suppose you can stay. Aren't you the brave lord?
Oh, já era.
But I don't
Errou
want
ketchup.
the brave lord. Far too much trouble.
Ethan! Ethan!
You fucking bastard!
No!
Even though you did bend the knee.
My son.
I think we've come to an understanding.
Lord Ethan!
I certainly feel better about all this.
What have you done?
However, the foresters need to keep their end of the bargain. Take the boy as your ward.
No!
Kill
Meu
him
Deus.
if they give you any trouble.
Brian!
Nossa.
Lovely meeting all of you. We'll have to do it again sometime.
Pelo menos já sabemos o final acontece com ele, né?
So quickly!
No final da série Game of Thrones.
Stop!
Não, eu não trouxe pra ela mesmo, né? Acho que o cara foi exagerar um pouquinho.
Stop it!
Let me go! Brian! Do something!
Ethan?
É, fica. Deu ruim. Aí. Pessoal, vou esperar aparecer a próxima cena que eu vou parar. Ok. E até continuar no próximo episódio. Nós vamos finalizar esse episódio de hoje, esse vídeo de hoje por aqui. Gratidão a todos por
Ethan
até esse
sacrificed
ponto.
himself for us
Nos
all.
vemos no próximo
He saved
episódio.
Talia's
Falou,
life.
forte abraço
He'll be
e bye.